Rejections I got, boy, the rejections I got. Rejections did not pain me like the companies, the organizations that ghosted me. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Omata Wisdom and this is Being Black Coffee. It's been such a long time since I recorded and made a video. As a matter of fact, I haven't posted any video this year. So happy new year. I think at this point I should be tired of always saying sorry, I've been away for so long, sorry, or just looking for excuses to justify my absence. I think it's finally time for me to admit that I suck at consistency, and that's one of the major reasons why I have been away. Although so many things have happened, you people are just going to ignore the noise. I live in Nigeria, so okay. So guys, the last video I posted was in December, and it was about my final year dinner. And after then, I think I posted that video towards the end of the year, and when I posted that video I was basically done with everything that had to do with school. I was done with my projects. I had done my project defense. February this year my result came out and I officially became a graduate, an LLB degree holder. All right, this is basically a gist. This is just basically me giving you gist on what I've been up to since I graduated and now, and how life for me, life after uni has been for me. But honestly speaking, yeah, this video would have banged if I did it in January, because hey, uh, I'm just going to get right into it, yeah. So if you're not new to this channel and you can recall, I made a video before I graduated about graduation anxiety, pre-graduation depression, about how basically I was scared about the life I was getting into, about how I was quite uncertain, and how I didn't think I was ready for that life. And I remember asking people if they feel the same way, if they had similar experiences, and I got responses from people that made it feel like that made me understand that this was something that was commonplace and it wasn't just peculiar to me. So I graduated in October, did my project, thesis, whatever it is you call it for the non-Nigerian audience, but in Nigeria I'll call it project, the final research. I did my final research defense in December, and I'd officially had my final academic dance with Prince Abaka Auto University, and the curtain was closed in December, towards the end of December. Yeah, you know that New Year blues, when you're entering into a new year, that's entire feeling where everybody seems to be feeling brand new. Everybody seems to have very lofty plans of trying to of things they want to do the next year. Everybody have an idea of what their next year will be like, even though they don't have an idea. But everybody seems to be more serious about their life in planning and preparation and whatnot. In December, my anxiety was at an all-time high. It was a weird mix of anxiety and excitement. I was very excited for 2023. I was very excited. I mean, I was done with school, and this is my first time in about 20 years, if not more than that, I wasn't a student. So I was really, really excited about getting into the new year, and I felt very brand new. Like, I wrote down my plans, everything I wanted to do, yeah. But definitely that feeling of uncertainty, that feeling of what if, we're just hovering around. So it was a mix of anxiety and excitement. Then in January, you know how it is in January, yeah, when everybody that's serious with their life will go back. My siblings that came home for the celebration had gone back to school. People that were working had resumed for work. My dad had started going back to work. So it was just basically me and my thoughts. That is where the actual biggie started. Now, the thing is, I feel this is a Nigerian problem. But then I checked online and I discovered that not just us, there are lots of people who feel very confused immediately they graduate after uni. There's always this confusion on what to do. This is the phase where you're transitioning from I want to be to I have to be. You're now at the phase where you're trying to become the things you've always wanted to be. You're at the phase where you have to figure out how to become these things. So I'm out of the university, yeah, and I am just there. For the past 20 years, 20 something years of my life, I know what I'm going to do next month. In primary school, I know, oh, we're on break. I'm resuming primary one next month. Do you understand? There's always been that format, that structure to follow. I know, oh, this is what I'm going to do next. This is what I'm going to do next. After secondary school, the only times I spent at home were the times my school was on strike. I didn't have a gap year, so I've basically never really had to experience what it means to not be a student, if you get what I mean. So that happened, and I was confused. I was overwhelmed. I was frustrated. I was confused. I know people who know me personally probably watch this video and basically say, where is this coming from? Because I look like I have it all figured out. I look like I have it put together, and that's what made it more frustrating, because I had plans. I wasn't confused because I didn't know what to do. I wasn't confused because I didn't know what I wanted to use my time to do. I wasn't confused because I didn't have like clarity of what I wanted to do. I was confused because I knew all the things I wanted to do, but I honestly didn't know how to go about these things. I was just there. Now, there's a Nigerian thing where I like to call it delusion. We're quite delusional about the unemployed phase. It's difficult for a fresh Nigerian graduate to truly believe that they are unemployed. You you don't agree you're unemployed because you've not gone to serve, you've not gone for NYSC. So I think that's another factor that kind of makes the Nigerian post uni life. I don't know how to explain it, but that's a factor that plays a huge role in our delusion. So now there is me. I studied law in the university, and I'll try to explain how the legal education in Nigeria is. In Nigeria, legal education is divided into two parts. There is the LLB and the BL. You do LLB for 5 years, you do BL for 1 year if you studied in Nigeria. If you studied outside Nigeria, you get your LLB, the number of years applicable to the country you studied in, and then you do 2 years in the law school. So now there are about 6 law school campuses in Nigeria, and there are hundreds of law faculties in Nigeria. Now it goes without the saying that it's obvious that these 6 campuses cannot cater to the number of law graduates the Nigerian universities push out. What does that cause? What does this result into? It results into a teeming number of law graduates who are waiting in line to get into law school. So that automatically means for a lot of law faculties in Nigeria, you have to wait a certain period of time before you get into law school. Unfortunately, I finished from a school that happens to have a backlog of people who had graduated and had not gotten into law school, and it's normal that I'm also going to wait too. So now that makes my situation and the situation of people who finished from the same department, faculty, like I did, a little more difficult than people who graduated from other departments. So here I am, totally confused as to what to do. I No, not as to what to do, is as to how to do the things I wanted to do. I had this, I said I was excited for 2023. I called it the year of growth. I had mad plans, but I was not delusional enough to plan for the entire year. I planned for like um I planned for like the first quarter of the year, the number of internships I wanted to do, just basically the courses I wanted to take, things I wanted to do. I had them written down, and then it got to the point of, okay, fine, you have beautiful ideas. How do you actualize these things? How do you get these things done? And that's where the whole wahala started. See, I used to be somebody that you have to call me to say, how far wisdom? I sent you a mail, check your mail. I used to be somebody that I could just be going through my mail one day and then see mail from 2, 3 weeks, sometimes months, because I barely check my mail. Trust me, in January, I started checking my mails like regularly. I wasn't just checking, I was refreshing. I made, I don't want to exaggerate, but I made a lot of applications. I made a lot of applications. In December, I reviewed my CV, and for someone that had just graduated, I had a pretty impressive CV, if I do say so myself, and I say this with all modesty. But yes, I had an impressive CV. So I honestly didn't think I was going to have issues with my applications. But guys, the rejections I got, boy, the rejections I got. But to be honest, the rejections did not pain me like the companies, the organizations that ghosted me. Like, why'd you do that? All HRs out there, why do you ghost applicants? Why? Yeah, I know there are a lot of applications and you only focused on the people you wanted. But even though regardless upon still, why? It was terrible. So yes, I got a lot of rejections, a lot. And I got ghosted too. And that made me so confused. It honestly made me so confused. Self-doubt started setting in. I unconsciously started downsizing my dreams. I started applying for possible places. Started applying to possible places. Now, just to be clear, the applications I'm talking about were internships, mostly internships, and not jobs. But I applied for a couple of jobs too, and yeah, I got rejected also, beautifully rejected. And I remember telling my mother, I applied for this, I applied for that. This one's wrote back to me. I have an interview with them. I'm waiting for this. And then she looked at me and she was like, "Why are you doing so many things at the same time?" She didn't say it from a place of um. She was not being therapeutic with it. It was coming from a place of irritation, a place of what is chasing you, a place of why are you overthinking the things that, like, why are you doing so many things at the same time? You just graduated, so what is all this unnecessary pressure you're putting on yourself? It came from a place of making make sense. And then I went back to gather my thoughts together and then start thinking, like, true, the things you're applying for, did you actually even look at these things? I was just basically applying to a lot of things, just applying because I just needed to, just apply. But long story short, I finally got clarity. I was finally able to like define the things I wanted, cut off the unnecessary things, just basically draw a definite logical map, which has changed over times, which has I've made adjustments here and there, but it was definite, it was logical, it was straightforward map of what I wanted to do and how I was going to do them. So I can say my year officially started in March. So when I figured out what I wanted to do, I left the house and I came to Abuja. I left Kogi and I basically kind of relocated to Abuja. And my year, the actual post uni life, started for me in March. And so far, so good. It's been, I can't even lie, it's been amazing. Not exactly the year I envisioned, not exactly the year I thought I was going to have, but it hasn't been a bad year. I have been able to tick a lot of boxes. So many boxes have been left unticked, but also I have been able to add new boxes and tick them. I've done a lot of things this year that I didn't even think I could do. But looking back, it's July, and looking back to the year I've had between March and now, in 4 months, I have done a lot of things that I was hoping I could do before the year runs out. And we still have like 5 months to go. So yes, it's been really good, save for the first 3 months that I was in a limbo, totally confused, and but which is normal. And I think this is something that will happen, or happens to a lot of us. It happens to the best of us, happens to everyone. So I do not really regret the 2 months. It made me figure a lot of things, it made me put a lot of things into perspective. And yes, thank God for those 2 months, because it has made the other 4 months, maybe the other 5 months, really easy, and it's made it quite easy to navigate. So just by way of an aside, I just share a few tips, because I know very soon, or even now, universities are graduating a lot of students out, and you might be needing, I'm not sorry for you, but you'll be in the same situation I was in. There's always definitely going to be that situation where you don't know, where you're just confused. I see I see a lot of memes online. I saw one like, after university, the only thing why I never apply for a mortuary attendant, and then we laugh, but it's actually true, because you apply for any and everything, you just want to be productive. Here are a few tips of things that helped me. First, seek clarity. Now, I know this is very ironic, because for the most part of this video I spoke about how I was confused and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know how to do the things I wanted to do. But now I am saying you should seek clarity. Remember, I said things got a lot better when I sat down to actually sieve and like really put things into perspective, prioritize things, and know the things I really, really wanted. So please seek clarity. If you're like me and you studied law and you have a gap year, you're waiting for law school NYC, it's okay. Sit down and ask yourself, what do I want to do next? Do I want to go and serve? Do I want to try something else? Oh, I've always been interested in fashion. Do I want to intern in a fashion house? Oh, I've always been interested in event planning, but since I studied law, maybe let me use this gap year to explore other areas of interest. Or are you so passionate about law that you want to just be law, and like, okay, fine, let me use this period to intern. Please seek clarity. It makes it a lot easy. It makes it very easy to know where to put your effort. To ask questions, speak to people who have done this before you. Basically ask questions. I know right now I sound like I have it figured out, but later on today I'm going to call somebody because I need help with my applications. So yes, ask questions, talk to people. It helps to get the opinion of others, but don't let it cloud your judgment. Find a hobby. Like, find a hobby while you're in your waiting period, while you're still trying to figure things out. Please find a hobby. Don't just sleep. Don't just surf the net. I think that's one thing I did, and it was counterproductive. It made things really, really bad for me. So yes, if you're surfing the net, ensure that you find a way to get helpful content. Be very mindful of the content you consume, because trust me, that that confusion, frustration comes with a lot. I didn't want to mention this, but I cut my hair in one of those moments where I felt like nothing was working. I needed an outlet to let it out, and I took a scissors and I yanked off my hair. I've been living with the consequence of that, even though right now I'm enjoying the freedom that comes with wearing my hair short. But that is to tell you how overwhelming it was. So yes, find a hobby, games, do something, learn something, open a Duolingo account, learn a new language, learn video, just learn something, do something you enjoy. so that you keep your mind occupied while you're trying to figure things out. Um, if you are a spiritual person, which I think you should, just pray. I know this sounds very cliche. It doesn't have to be a serious prayer. But there's a confidence. When you look at a child has this confidence that they are very carefree. They don't The parents could be deep in debt and the child is carefree because he has absolutely no idea how the father is going to figure it out, has no idea how the mom is going to figure out, but he or she is certain that food is going to come. So that's the same confidence that comes with prayer. But it comes with it requires faith for you to believe that okay, there's a supreme being, there's something superior that handles my affair. So yes, just pray. And then most importantly, do not be afraid to reinvent yourself. Do not be afraid to reinvent yourself. Did you start something and then you're not feeling it? Come on, that's you're an adult now, man. Reinvent yourself. But I'm not saying you should put your hand in every cookie jar and leave everything done halfway. But when you genuinely feel something is not for you, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. Do not be afraid to reinvent yourself. Just live your life for you. I hope this tip has been helpful. It's just been like 4 months since I started finding my food, so there's not so much nuggets to give. But if this counts for anything, at least it just shows that I can relate with the things you may possibly go through if you're a new graduate. Um, but yes, I hope this video has been helpful. If for anything, I just need you to know that this is not something that is peculiar to you. It's normal to feel confused. It's normal to feel very uncertain about the future when you just graduated. Even if you've been a graduate for a long time, it's normal to feel uncertain. Anyways, I'm rooting for you. I hope you find this video helpful. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. If you're still watching this video till now, thank you so much. And if you're new here, why haven't you subscribed? You should have subscribed like the beginning of the video. I mean, please subscribe, like, follow, and share. You might know someone that needs this. Until next time, bye.